in this city from ages 18 to 44 are unvaccinated. So what is going to stop the Gestapo, I mean the NYPD? What is going to stop them from rounding up black folks? What's going to stop them from snatching black people off the train? Snatching black people off the bus? What is going to stop them from doing this? We are. We stand at the vanguard. And if we didn't come together collectively to clear the story, Carmine wouldn't have released their third lie today. We're putting the city on notice. Your mandate will not be another racist social distance practice. Black folk are not going to stand by, or you will see another uprising. And that is not a threat, that is a promise. Because it is our job to defend liberty, and that is what we are here to do. So Dr. Rankin, we will get you justice. Your assistant, because this black woman had her staff with her, and her young niece, we will get you justice. Carmines, we cancel you. Cancel Carmines. Cancel Carmines. Cancel Carmines. Cancel Carmines.
And I want to say that we have not forgotten that in the height of this pandemic, the NYPD used the mask mandate as a reason to enforce racist policies.
Right on.
On the Upper West Side and on the Upper East Side, when white folks were sitting in parks, sunbathing, police officers, NYPD officers walked through those parks and smiled at these white residents and handed them masks. In the South Bronx, what they were doing was rounding up black men, women, and children, beating them, harassing them for not having masks. Once again, what we are seeing here is the NYPD and restaurants using vaccination cards as a reason to discriminate against black people. And what we are here today to say is that we are serving notice on the mayor.
Right on.
We are serving notice on the governor. We are serving notice on the restaurant industry.
Right on.
That we will not sit by and allow for you to use this pandemic, for you to use vaccination cards, for you to use masks as another reason to be racist, to throw us in prison. Because there's enough of us in there. And so what we're saying is if you are going to enforce the law, you ought to enforce it equally across the board.
New York City, when New York State, when you all the people are gonna start talking about racism as violence.
Right on.
When is the moment? When is it? A man died 9 minutes and 29 seconds in front of your eyes, and still you do not call racism violence. You still do not talk for many days about the psychological violence that racism caused. How about that N-word, which is a trigger of trauma for 400 years? How about legal sanctions for that, for using that word? How about making racism illegal? How about that?
Cancel Carmine! Cancel Carmine! Cancel Carmine! Cancel Carmine! Cancel! Come on, black folks, you see what they did to us? They got black women arrested and lied on them. Cancel Carmine! Cancel this racist establishment! We will not take it! You demand us an apology! Drop the charges at NYPD! Cancel Carmine! Cancel Carmine! Today you choose to put your people of color out front, but a week ago you wouldn't allow a black doctor to come into this place. We will not have it. We will be out here fighting for black women. They got a black doctor who works on Capitol Hill arrested. They lied and said she had fake ID. The owner of the establishment that people were giving their dollars to called the black woman a moron. How can you sit by and allow that to happen? Today, look at the optics. They choose to put all blacks in front. But when black women were being called a nigger and being assaulted, a line up here was black. Cancel Carmine. Cancel Carmine.
people fighting that have diabetes, any other kind of chronic illnesses, but we don't see anything talking about, hey, we'll clear you out of your diabetes and everything, you know. But hey, if you do so, we'll give you $100. You do this, you can get free donuts. Hey, you do this, we'll give you this. It's all bullshit. And then they're not even sure what's going on. They're saying the ones that are vaccinated, the ones spreading the Delta, but then the media's putting it out that it's the unvaccinated doing that. Then the new strain came out, and I don't know who's been paying attention. It's called MU, M-U, and it's supposed to be vaccine resistant. What we got? We got OG Delta, OG COVID, Delta, the B117, what's the L one? Lambda, whatever the one is, and MU. We got 5 strains out.
Let's just remember, it's all about discrimination is what we're trying to fight against. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
They keep confusing us with all this fucking propaganda and all this stuff.
Oh yeah,
trying to divide us, trying to create more segregation.
But here,
and look out for if you get interviewed.
But here's the bigger thing right now, because schools have reopened, right? And already we got COVID cases going right back up. We know that this isn't safe. They should just keep remote learning or the option to go to school where you can actually have classrooms of smaller sizes so that teachers are not freaked the fuck out about leaving school, leaving work one day and they have to get tested.
Cases are on the rise higher than they have ever been, and we have fully vaccinated 90% of the people in school facilities, and vaccinations have been higher than they have ever been. It's not making sense. We are tired. There's no longer, you can't manipulate any type of policy or any type of mandate. If people want to be heard, no one is listening to us, and there's no longer we can allow policies to separate the people. The people are the power. You can't mandate or force somebody and manipulate people. It's obvious. These people were malicious, and they used the vaccine passports, which was a lie to discriminate, and that's why we are here today.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you tell me in a few words what happened at that restaurant?
What happened was there was a personal dispute and a personal argument. The individual showed proof of the identity, they showed proof of vaccination cards and told the people they were vaccinated, and they decided to go with a lie saying that these people are anti-vaxxers, and this is not the case. These were 2 black women who wanted to be treated properly, who wanted to be seated and served in a restaurant. This has no business in politics, and this business has no reason to perpetuate vaccination, anti-vaccination narratives. These were regular human beings, working class people, and they deserve to be respected. These people went viral on Twitter, and they had their vaccination cards and passports, and it was trending on Twitter over the weekend for their representation of Texas. These are everyday people. We are allowing politics to ruin our community and to ruin people's everyday interactions at restaurants, and this is why that happened.
And I think it's the main thing that, again, we got one side of the story, which is the hostess, but not one single person have reached out to those women that got arrested, asking them what happened from their end. Not a single person. So what does that tell you? They're trying to protect the business. How would that look like your business, someone you employed, is kicking people out when they're complying with what's supposed to be, I guess, the norm right now? Because that's the other thing, they're pushing this norm. But you got your own employees over here taking matters into their own hands. What's to happen? Your business is going to get hurt, so they have to defend it. But they're not defending the women. They're not defending anybody that was part of it.
Thank you.
Ain't no worries.
Mic check! Mic check! I want to be very clear to every black